The Beaches podcast is going to give you everything you want to know about a beach before you go there. I hope you enjoy the show. Be sure to check out our website, www.sandee.com. Without further ado, let's get into the show.
Okay, folks, get ready to explore, because today we're diving deep into Northern Albania, a place that has been at the very top of my travel list forever.
Awesome.
I'm talking about rugged mountains and untouched beauty and, a sense of adventure that's hard to find these days.
It really is a unique destination. You're right. It's like stepping back in time.
Yes, exactly. And to give our listeners a real taste of this amazing place, we're going to explore the Accursed Mountains.
Okay.
Those traditional Albanian villages.
Uh-huh.
The ones in the legendary Shkodra Lake.
Perfect. Each one offers a totally different perspective on Northern Albania. The landscape and the culture.
Right. Let's start with those Accursed Mountains.
Okay.
I mean, the name alone is enough to make anyone want to know more, right?
Yeah.
What is the story behind a name like that?
Well, the story's kind of shrouded in mystery, like the mountains themselves.
Why?
Some say it comes from the difficult terrain and brutal winters there. Others believe it's tied to ancient curses and mythical creatures.
Ooh, okay. That's both eerie and exciting at the same time.
Yeah.
Speaking of exciting, those mountain trails look incredible. I've seen pictures of the Valbona to Theth trail.
Right?
It looks intense.
Yeah.
But wow, those panoramic views.
Yeah, that's a must-do for experienced hikers, for sure.
Okay.
It takes you deep into the heart of the Accursed Mountains.
Wow.
Crossing high mountain passes, going through dense forests,
Right.
meadows full of wildflowers.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, and there are even sections where you're walking along these ancient mule paths that have been there for centuries.
Oh, wow.
It's definitely challenging, but the reward is amazing.
Yeah.
That feeling of isolation and the breathtaking views.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That sense of isolation is exactly what I'm looking for. What about the wildlife?
Right.
Any chance of seeing a mythical creature?
You might not see a mythical beast.
Yeah.
But you could come across a Balkan lynx or a brown bear.
Oh, wow.
They're incredibly elusive,
Right?
but they're out there. And keep your eyes up, too.
Yeah.
Golden eagles are known to nest in the higher elevations.
Wow. Okay, you've convinced me. I'm ready to pack my hiking boots right now. But beyond the trails and the wildlife, I am really intrigued by the idea of staying in one of those traditional guest houses.
Oh, yeah.
What's that like?
Well, imagine waking up in a stone house,
Okay.
perched on a mountainside.
Mm.
The smell of fresh bread baking in the hearth. You step outside and you're greeted with a view that seems to go on forever.
I love it.
It's a level of authenticity you just won't find in a hotel. You'll be sharing meals with the local families,
Right.
hear stories passed down through generations, and maybe even learn a few traditional crafts.
I've heard Albanians are known for their hospitality.
Oh, absolutely. Hospitality is a huge part of Albanian culture. They love to welcome guests into their homes and share their traditions.
I love that. And that sense of community seems to be a recurring theme here, especially when you think about those traditional villages tucked away in the mountains.
Absolutely. Those villages offer a glimpse into a way of life that's remained pretty much unchanged for centuries.
Yeah.
Life there revolves around family community and a deep connection to the land.
What stands out to you most about the architecture and history of these villages?
Well, a lot of the villages, especially in the mountains, have these distinctive stone houses
Yeah?
with steeply pitched roofs,
Okay.
a design influenced by the region's Ottoman heritage and the need to, withstand all that heavy snowfall during winter.
Right.
The villages themselves are really old, some dating back to the Illyrians,
Real.
an ancient Balkan people who were there before the Roman conquest. And, some even have traces of the Romans that came later.
Wow.
So you're literally walking through layers of history.
I can only imagine the stories those walls could tell. No, I can't talk about cultural immersion without mentioning the food. What are some must-try dishes in Northern Albania?
Albanian food is a really delicious blend of Mediterranean and Balkan flavors.
Okay.
One dish that really captures the region is tavikosi.
Okay.
It's a flavorful dish of slow-cooked lamb baked with yogurt and rice. It's often served in a clay pot, which adds this unique earthy flavor. It's a meal that warms you up from the inside out.
Okay, I'm officially adding that to my bucket list.
Right.
Eat tavikosi in a traditional Albanian guest house.
You heard it.
Okay, so we've covered everything except Shkodra Lake. It's the largest lake in the Balkans, right?
That's right.
So for someone who's never been there, paint me a picture. What are some of the best ways to experience Shkodra Lake?
So picture this.
Yeah.
You're cruising across the lake in a small boat.
Okay.
The sun's glinting off the water. The air is filled with birdsong.
Beautiful.
You could spend hours just enjoying the peacefulness, you know?
Oh,
There's also swimming, kayaking, fishing, and if you're into history,
Yeah.
you can explore the ruins of ancient castles and fortresses along the shore.
wow.
Like the Rosafa Fortress, which dates back to the Venetian period.
Amazing.
Sure.
I read that Shkodra Lake is a bird watcher's paradise.
Oh, it is.
Any particular species I should keep an eye out for?
Definitely the Dalmatian pelican. It's one of the largest freshwater birds in the world, and Shkodra Lake is one of its last remaining breeding grounds.
Wow.
Seeing one of those birds take flight is an experience you won't forget.
This whole deep dive has got me itching to travel. What advice would you give to our listeners who are feeling inspired to plan their own Northern Albanian adventure?
Well, I'd say start by figuring out what calls to you most. Are you drawn to the hikes and remote beauty of the Accursed Mountains?
Oh.
Or maybe you imagine yourself immersing in the culture and traditions of the villages.
Right.
Or maybe you're captivated by the serenity and wildlife of Shkodra Lake.
Yeah.
Once you figure out what you're most passionate about, you can start researching those specific areas.
Great advice.
Yeah.
So to our listeners out there, I'll leave you with this picture.
Okay.
You're standing on the edge of Shkodra Lake as the sun sets, casting this golden glow over the mountains.
Nice.
What adventure awaits you in Northern Albania?
That's the question.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you on our next deep dive.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the show, and be sure to tune in next week for your favorite episode about some of the best beaches and beach information in the world.